sorry it's been a while since I've read Dog Diaries to you. Remember, I haven't been feeling so good. So I'm feeling so much better that today we get to read Dog Diaries. So come here, sit. Put them this way so you guys can see them. Okay, so I have in my pocket, I have treats and I have a leash. So today we are going to be reading about Junior, the dog, and Ruff, the owner. We're going to read about them going on a walk. Now, besides treats, what else dogs love are walks. They love walks. When I show Fudge the leash, you'll see him. Nope, come here. You'll see him be really excited. So I'm going to show the leash, and you guys can. Oh, he's already whining for it. So you can smell it. Fudge, what is this? What do you got? Now watch when I put it on. So I'm going to put it on him, and he's going to try and bite it, just like dogs usually do. Like if I walk, see, as you probably can't see, but he's biting the leash. I don't know why he bites the leash, because he can't bite the leash on his walks, but see how much he loves his walks and his playing with the leash. So I'm going to take the leash off right now, and then I'm going to give him a walk after I'm done reading. Okay, Fudge, that's a good boy. That's a good boy. So today we're going to hear about Junior, and Junior going for his walk. Okay, so since he's not, oh, Fudge, you want a treat? Okay, sit. Can you shake? Good boy. Can you spin? Oh, good boy. You guys remember how much he loves his treats. So I'm going to put his treats down so he doesn't do any more, since he's done a good job. And I'm going to start our book. Okay, so if you guys remember, we talked about all the rooms that Junior likes and doesn't like. And then we talked about Ruff giving him loves and how much Ruff and Junior love each other. Okay, so now we are going to go on a Saturday. So that was Friday. Our last thing that we left off was a Friday. So we have 7 days, there are 7 days in a week. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So remember, we don't have school on Saturday or Sunday, so Junior's not home by himself. So here's Saturday, and it starts really early in the morning at 6 in the morning. Okay, here we go. Wake up, wake up, wake up! Today is one of the 2 special days per week when Ruff doesn't go to school. They're my favorite. I get to spend 2 whole days with my very best pal, and we can do whatever we want. And I mean anything. I've had a good think about it, all the fun stuff I want to tick off the list, but it's so difficult to choose what to do first. I definitely want to try out some new napping spots around the kennel. And of course, I have to wait for the mailman to come. He loves it when I bark at him from the picture box room window. And there's an unchewed table leg in the food room that I've been meaning to take care of for weeks. A dog's work is never done. I guess I should wake up Ruff. Normally I do it as soon as the sun rises. He loves it when I do that. But I let him sleep in a little later today. I'll just go stand on his face for a second. Every good dog knows there's no nicer way for a human to be woken up than with a paw poked in the center of their forehead. I'll just be a sec. Okay, so now here we go. Now it's 10 in the morning. And we are off. My person pal. After a quick game of bite the sock while Ruff was getting dressed, our usual breakfast of waffles and maple syrup for the humans and a bowl of canine crispy crackers for me, we finally decided to go to the dog park. It's one of the best things about mornings in the Catch a Doggy Bone Kennel. We have a very set routine. 1, Ruff goes to the hallway closest to grab my leash while I growl from a safe distance to let the vacuum cleaner know I can't make a dash for my other secret snack stashes around the kennel. 2, Ruff stands in the middle of the hallway holding my leash, and I do the happy dance around his feet. This part is very important. Once the performance is finished, I let Ruff connect the leash to my collar, and I give it a few safety chews just to make sure it's on there correctly, just like Fudge did. 4, Ruff opens the kennel door, and I check the coast. It's clear of raccoons. Let the walk begin. I should tell you that I never go out without my leash on. That way I know my pet human is holding tight and I won't get lost when I'm leading him about. I've heard horror stories of careless dogs losing their person pals and having to bark all over town just to find them. Oh, it's awful. So only once I know Ruff is safely attached on the other end of my leash do I allow him to head off through the neighborhood. It's very important that I investigate everybody we pass with a quick jump up to leave my paw prints on their knees. It's my stamp of approval. That way they know I've given them my permission and they're allowed on our street. Oh, and there are all the super serious sniffing spots we have to visit on the way. Obviously, and remember, dogs love sniffing on their walks. Oh my goodness, here we go. So we start. We leave the kennel. Mrs. Haggerty mowing the lawn. Ooh, scares me. Bark at the Hanley family's cat, Fluffles. And then we keep going. Ooh, the stinky trash cans. Very interesting. Investigate what's under the mailbox. Past the Dandy Dog Pet Store. Keep going over the crosswalk. Howl at the traffic. There they go over the crosswalk. Pee on the gate to mark myself present. And in we go. Now it's just a little bit later, 10:28 in the morning. I can't wait to show you around the park. My furless friend, it's one of the best places in all of Hillsville Village. And for a super good reason, it's howl-lastic. It's the perfect pooch playground full of opportunities to cause a bit of chaos. Meet your pooch pals and make loads of noise. Yep, once you've peed on the gate, you can head inside the park knowing you're about to have the time of your life in the noisiest, snifflest, go catch a frisbeest place you'll ever find for miles and miles around. There are dogs and their pet humans everywhere. Fountains to run in and out of. The most talented dogs can run back and forth through the water jets without getting even a teensy bit wet. The bushes are filled with hundreds of lost tennis balls from past games of fetch that went wrong, and the grass is stuffed full of dropped treats from the doggy obedience classes that happen every evening. Ha! Whoever heard of an obedient dog? Okay, I'm going to stop right there to let you guys know that when Fudge was a puppy, we had to take him to obedience school, and he didn't do very well either. The people said that he couldn't come back because he was bugging all the other dogs, but now he's doing a very good job being obedient with our help. So he's kind of like Junior in that way. So he's wondering, so then we just left off with Junior wondering who's the obedient dogs. The sticks are the stickiest you've ever seen, and there are more pigeons than you could ever chase in a squirrelian years. All in all, I'd say Hills Village Park is just about the most fun place you could hope to visit, and it's made even more amazing when my friends are also out taking their humans for walks. My pooch pack is awesome. Don't get me wrong, ball pals are the most tremendous thing a dog could wish for. But you can't get by without some furry friends too. So, allow me to introduce, this is Diego. And then we have Betty, who looks a little bit like our fudge, Odin, and then Genghis. This raggle-taggle bunch are my bestest pooch pals. They're my sniffing squad, my barking bunch, my playtime pack. Okay, so now Junior is going to talk about the history of his friends. Oh, we have Lola and then of course Junior. So Lola is another one of his friends. That wasn't on the other page. So now they're going to talk about a quick history of us. So a quick history of the dogs and their friends, Junior and his friends. So these guys and I have been through a whole lot together. We met all the way back in our days at the Hills Village Dog Shelter. It was the 6 of us in one pen for what seemed like forever. On those long days when things were at their bleakest and a bowl of meaty gliblet jumble chum seemed a lifetime away, we always took care of each other. It was in that horrible place that we decided if we ever escape, we'll always watch out for our pack. Then, one day, a kind-faced lady with more treats in her pockets than we could have imagined in our wildest dreams came and adopted Odin and Diego. They'd been together since they were pups and somehow had still not figured out they weren't brothers. But hey, they believed it, and no one had the heart to tell them there wasn't much of a family resemblance. Sure enough, once Odin and Diego were saved, one by one, all of my cellmates were too. Lola went next, followed by Genghis, then Betty, until I was the only one left in that miserable prison. I remember crying myself to sleep at night, thinking nobody would ever want me, and I'd never see any of my friends again. It was horrible. Fast forward to 6 months later. I was feeling about as gloomy and dejected as a mutt could, so you can imagine my shock and delight when Mom Lady came to pick me up. Finally, I remember thinking to myself, finally, my luck has changed. I've never been so happy and thought my life couldn't possibly get any better until the day Ref brought me to the park. I was a little nervous. I hadn't been around this many dogs before, without metal bars separating us, and seeing so many of them bounding about made me miss my furry friends so much it hurt my heart. Anyway, to cut a long story short, Ref and I had only just made it out onto the playing field for a game of fetch when a wiry chihuahua trotted across my path. My doggy eyes nearly jumped out of my head with surprise. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. All the hairs on the back of my neck prickled on end as Diego froze in his track. He sniffed the air, then spun around in my direction. For a second, we both just stared until, "My amigo!" he barked. He practically flew at my face and swung on my left ear. Then we rolled around in the grass, yipping and nipping at each other. "Mi amigo!" he kept yelping as he played bit on my snout. My old friend returned! My tail was swishing from side to side, so fast I nearly batted the poor little guy across the field like a four-legged baseball. Next thing I knew, Diego arched his spine, lifted his head, and howl, came another voice from the other side of the field. Sorry. I'm trying to think of a good spot, guys. Okay. He's back! Oh, whoa, whoa! A third voice wailed from the fountains. Bow, boy, yippee! And that was that. I turned happily to see all my best pooch pals running toward me, all different directions. Needless to say, it was a good day when I saw my friends again. There's not a whole lot I can say that properly describes just how great these guys are. Odin and Diego are endlessly funny. You should see it when Diego scampers beneath something low like a trash can or a bench, and Odin can't figure out why he's not able to make it under like his brother. Lola lives to roll in mud. She's more hippopotamus than dog, I think. A French bull hippo. Genghis loves to run between your legs and steal the tennis ball you were just playing with right out from under your nose. And Betty is a master of canine comedy. She really is. Sometimes I wish Ruff spoke Doglish. I find it easy to understand peopleish and what my pet has to say, but humans just aren't smart as dogs, sadly. If Ruff could understand Betty, he'd be rolling about in the grass with us, laughing his 2 legs off. So I'm going to stop right there for today, and then we'll go and finish some more parts of the dog park next time I read to you guys.